Hello, my name is Melissa Farmer and I'm a junior from Richmond, Virginia. As a student studying hospitality management, I've always been dedicated to serving others. When our community recently experienced the worst recorded floods in over 1,000 years, I was eager to help serve in any way possible. I was so grateful that through this class in the Leadership and Service Center that I was able to get connected and volunteer my time with the Salvation Army's disaster relief program. I spent 5 hours volunteering with this Salvation Army disaster relief program, which is a branch of the Salvation Army stores. So they go in directly to places that have been hit by natural disasters and they give direct assistance and aid to those in need. So how it works is when someone would come in that had been affected by the flood, is they would sit down with a volunteer and they would fill out an application. The volunteer would get to know them a little more, figure out how exactly they were hurt by the flood, and help them to figure out how else they could get assistance other than what the Salvation Army was providing. So what the Salvation Army was able to provide was giving all those that came in a voucher for three articles of clothing, and then also vouchers for anyone in their household or their family. They were also given a $40 Walmart gift card, and then they were also given vouchers for food and water at the canteen that was run by the Salvation Army, which was located like just down the street. So the way that the applications work and that the Salvation Army was able to give their relief and efforts and assistance was that the people had to have already previously contacted FEMA and gotten a FEMA identification number. So why they had to get a FEMA number was because it's easier to help other organizations track where these people have been and where they've already gotten relief. So that's where I came in, and what I was helping with is I was doing data entry. I would take the hard copy of the application and I would put it into a national database that would give people a file number through this FEMA number that they had to have in order to get assistance, because unfortunately people would abuse the system and just keep going from like charity to charity and never really like making an effort to like get out there and do things on their own. So it was just important for this online system and the Salvation Army to know who had already actually gotten relief previously and who had contacted FEMA. So that's what I was doing, was helping with data entry. So I spent several hours in the morning doing that, and then we had a lunch break, and then I spent a couple hours after the lunch break helping with that. So we had about 20 people come in the morning and about like 10 in the afternoon. So it wasn't a very large group, but some of these people lost almost everything. The bottom of their houses were completely flooded and everything was destroyed. But then some people lost their jobs because they weren't able to get to work during the floods, or they had kids that they had to take care of who couldn't go to school during then, so they needed this assistance. So although I wasn't working directly with the people, I was really glad that I could help out with my time and help these people, because this organization was all run by volunteers. So whoever they could get to help volunteer was what they could get done that day. So they had actually a backup of applications that needed to be entered in because they hadn't had the time. They didn't have the volunteers previously. So they had been running this operation for 2 weeks before I came, and then they were staying another week. So it was all volunteer donated, everything from Salvation Army. Obviously, people donate, so that's where people were getting relief from that. So I learned a lot about the Salvation Army and this disaster relief program that they had. So it was just really great to get to know more about that organization and how it was run. Just being a hospitality student that wants to go into event planning and possibly nonprofit event planning, this was just a great opportunity to get connected with this organization and learn like exactly how everything works and how volunteers are recruited and everything. So it was really great. So I was just grateful that I was able to spend part of my day helping out the Salvation Army. I not only learned and benefited a lot from this volunteer opportunity, but I hope that I was able to give back to those that were largely impacted by the flood and just give back to the community that's been my home for almost 3 years now. So thank you.